Welcome to week 5. This week, I constantly try to push myself outside my comfort zone in lots of new skills. If you've just come across this series, click on the link here to start at week 1 to ensure you get the most out of this series. I'll now answer a few questions from week 4. Dude Skinners, great to see you back, mate. Yes. Commenting away as usual, that's what I like to see. He asked, what's the most effective way you found to improve hamstring flexibility? For me, it's definitely Jefferson curls. Now, I didn't actually train these while I was filming this series about a year ago, though I've since come to love the Jefferson curl, and now it's pretty much my go-to exercise for hamstring flexibility. You can increase the weight, which is great because it improves your mobility as you're getting stronger in that disadvantaged position. Also, the weight obviously pulls you down further, so it's just a really effective way of stretching. I've actually found that in general now, all my stretching, I try to just do purely weighted stretching. I find my body responds a lot better to that because the muscle is getting stretched, but at the same time there's extra load on it, so it needs to use strength to resist. And the effect of that makes me gain mobility so much faster than if I was just doing static stretching. When you're starting out, make sure you only start with body weight because even that's quite intense. You got to be very careful. Start with a very light weight, be consistent, build it up slowly. Watch out for muscle soreness and listen to your body. Big thanks to Jordan Garcia again. He's got 2 really great videos about stretching with weight. I think they're called Strong in Stretch Position, so check them out. They've got some really interesting ideas and you'll be able to incorporate that into your own training. Parkour Freerun asks, well, I think he asked, there's no question mark, so you can never be sure, but it'd be a pretty random comment to put down, so I do assume that you're asking a question. He said, how to get the back tuck fear out of brain. So I guess how to get over fear in general. Well, my method of doing a skill that I'm scared of, it starts with finding an easier variation that I can currently do and that I'm not too afraid to even try. So any skill you're working on, there's always a way to make it easier, whether that's getting someone to spot you or doing half the skill in parts. And I work that and get confident with that progression. When I'm feeling confident on that, I then step up to the next progression and keep going until I'm ready to do the skill itself. And when you know that you're ready to do the skill, you have the physical ability and it's just the mental part that's scaring you and holding you back. That's when you just need to go for it. When you're at that point, you need to commit 100% to going for that skill. No matter what happens, you need to do it with everything you have. You can't have any hesitation or hold anything back. The other thing I'd suggest is before doing the skill, don't stand there thinking about it for a minute and then do a back tuck, because that way you're going to overthink it and you can psych yourself out. What I found works really well for me is maybe have a chat with someone or think about something else, and then when you're ready, walk over and do it without even thinking. That works much better for me because it's kind of instinctive. You don't think about it too much and then all of a sudden you're doing a flip, so you have to just instinctively do it. I've got plenty of examples of this. When I was doing the double back off the high bar, I just got up and did it. I didn't sit on the bar thinking about it. When I did triple back off rings for the first time, I was so scared, but I just got up and did it. If I was to hang under the rings thinking about it, there's no doubt that I'd have overthought it and I just wouldn't have been able to do it. If you had any other questions at all, leave them below and I'll answer them next week. I start this week in the car. So week 5 already. Damn. Still got quite a few goals to get. I'm feeling like we're just about halfway through the series, so yeah, it's good pressure that I want to start to hit more of those goals. I feel like I need to just man up a little bit more in the sense of, very nice. What a nice gentleman, he just let me in. And no one else would. I feel like I need to man up in a sense. Even though I'm not comfortable with a skill, just do it. Because the thing is, it's really hard mentally to always be psyched up for a particular skill. And you'll probably notice in some sessions I was really pumped to go for a particular skill, and even though I wasn't comfortable, I really put everything I had into it. whereas other sessions I wasn't sort of mentally prepared to do that, and that's just because maybe I'm busy in other areas of my life, other things on my mind, whatever. That's why gymnastics is a great way to clear your mind and relieve stress and that, because you really can't think about anything else except for training when you're training. So I really like that aspect of it. On the other hand, I need to be able to really just push myself out of that comfort zone every single session from here on, I'd say, and I'm really going to try and do that. This week is going to be a good week, I think. I think I'm going to hit some of these goals, actually. So let's get right into our first session of week 5. As always, I started today's pommel session working scissors. I'm still bending at the elbows, which I can't seem to fix, and I don't currently understand how to. This is one of the difficulties of training so many skills at once. Sometimes I forget to research or study more progressions for particular skills. I'm quite happy with these circles. They're not perfect, but they're definitely the best they've ever been. As Coach Sommer said, I need to focus on leaning further sideways rather than arching my obliques.
Open your hips and squeeze your legs.
Check wasn't great on pommel today, so I instead focused on perfecting it on the buck. I'm really happy to see that my check is getting better and more consistent on the buck.
Okay.
Kip to handstand on high bar is getting really consistent now. One thing I need to improve is locking out in a stronger handstand shape.
Hit that shape first.
The next progression is to start transitioning to the single hand change, then ideally both hand change into pirouette in handstand. I need to maintain better body tension when changing the grip of each hand. My toes should be staying together. Better shoulder mobility will also help make this exercise a lot easier. Today I was focusing on perfecting the shape of my front bail. I still need to dish my chest a little more and also keep my shoulders more open during. The new grips are feeling worn in and I'll be ready to do bails on the rings very soon. I finished rings with 10-second handstand holds. Every time I hold a rings handstand, I just wish my shoulder mobility was better. It will continue to improve as I work on it every day. Front layouts weren't great to start with, though I was able to get them better and better every consecutive attempt. I was really pleased with these final attempts, though I still need to improve my arm motion and body tension. I made another very subtle breakthrough this week, which I'm really pleased with.
Oh yeah.
Charles said to think about stretching my right leg outwards, which I started to do. I'm thinking about first extending my right foot up, then twisting my hips open, and then extending my right leg out. Just trying to extend the right leg out automatically brought my left leg up, which is really exciting as I almost have the full movement now. I do certainly need to continue to extend the right leg out even further. This week I improved on all 3 splits. I do feel like I need to make faster progress, however, if I'm to achieve both front splits by the end of the series. We started today's session with 5 pike presses to handstand. I particularly enjoyed this as it's not intense, but 5 reps is difficult for me. It also incorporates the active stretch of the compressed body shape, and after just 1 set, I was feeling warm.
Push down, push down. Close up. Push, lay down,
To prepare for back layout, I started with back tuck dismounts. I'm still not satisfied with the tuck, though working layout will improve the tuck at the same time. I've never had a spot on a parallel bar dismount before, but it helped give me a lot of height, and after completing the first one, I knew what to expect and I was much more confident. Without even resting after this first attempt, I immediately tried again. With the spot, I was more confident to completely commit to this layout shape. I'm committing my life to this candle. It's going to scare the crap out of me, but it should get me a freaking layout. I'm really happy that I'm starting to get layout, even though it is spotted. It's really good that I'm feeling progress on this skill, as I didn't really see any noticeable improvements in some of the previous sessions, which is always tough mentally. Again, I work swing pops to help prepare for the front toss. This is super scary because I cannot warm up on the boxes like I normally would because there's people using them. It's a bit scary not warming up on the box and just going straight for it. But I guess I need to get used to that anyway because I want to just do it on the P-bars like it's nothing. I'm really glad that I'm now getting more comfortable throwing the front toss between the bars, though I need to drive my heels a lot more, and of course, I shouldn't be tucking. I believe that as I grow more comfortable here, this should be relatively easy to do. We worked this drill on the floor to help me understand the correct feeling for the front toss. You can see in these first attempts, I didn't understand the movement at all. With each successive attempt, I was able to start catching it in support. To have any chance of catching it on the bars, I really need to feel support on my hands while my feet are still in the air. You can see I was trying to drive my heels over and keep my body straighter, though I just wasn't yet getting enough heel drive to do this properly. I warmed up rings with the same sequence that I always do. My main focus for rings today was bail. I further prepared for bails by working some onto the mat, analysing my body shape harshly. It's looking quite good, just better shoulder mobility would further improve it. I then felt ready to attempt my first bails with the new grips. These bails are much scarier than they look. It's all up to you to keep your body tight with tension always on the rings. Otherwise, at the bottom of the swing, you'll experience a dangerous yank through your shoulders, which is definitely not something I can afford to risk. During this bail, I didn't feel like my body was dished enough, which would have resulted in a yank through the spine. Feeling this incorrect shape was why I let go. The new grips were feeling really comfortable in these bails. I was really happy with each consecutive bail. I also found it particularly exciting that they started getting relatively comfortable and normal. I did about 8, and every single one was very smooth and comfortable. Confident from all these prior sets, we took the mat out to attempt my first unassisted bail from handstand, which is also a goal for the series. I was absolutely delighted to achieve this goal. I'll now focus on continuing to refine it to become more comfortable, so I can later use it to swing into other skills. We finished this session with handstand walks. We did 4 laps in total, walking in a different direction for each lap. All in all, this was an awesome session. I was actually feeling a little stressed from work prior to training, but felt great during and after. This is a great example of the phenomenal mental benefits of training.
Oh, gosh.
That's a friggin' cardio workout. Feel it in my forearms, traps, and triceps. Give it a go. Man, my hair just doesn't do what I want it to do, hey? As you'll know, I got a haircut the other day. Or as you may have noticed, it's not at all really what I want, because my hair just doesn't go the way I want it to. As in, I can't find a hairstyle that I like that my hair will do. What's a good hairstyle for my kind of hair? I don't know. So yesterday was a sweet session. I was a little bit stressed before going to the session, just like a lot of work and stuff like that was building up and getting me a little bit stressed out, which is never good. But after that session I was really, really relaxed and happy, and yeah, it's really impressive how training can completely change my mood and make me far more mentally happy and healthy. Alright, so let's get stuck into this workout. I felt like I was plateauing with my scissor work, so today I changed it up by linking together as many as I could. I couldn't link any more than 2 together, which was really frustrating. So I went back to doing singles, focusing on the form. I was mainly thinking about keeping the arms straight and opening the hips. I still find there's a lot for me to think about while doing simple scissors. This is a new drill that I started working today, which should help increase the height of my scissors. The position is obviously correct, though I found it hard to balance at first, and I wasn't able to drop back in either. Once this becomes comfortable, the idea is that I won't stop my foot on the pommel, though I'll still pass through this same extended position. This drill exposed one of my weaknesses, which is swinging out of the scissor. I'll continue working these toward making the whole movement smoother. For some strange reason, my left shoulder was hurting when doing this kip caster handstand. I had to stop doing cast to giant because it hurts my left shoulder for some reason. I don't know why, but just today it feels maybe like the rotator cuff or something's a little bit strained, and obviously you definitely don't want to push that kind of thing. So I'm now going to this top change work instead, which doesn't hurt it, so Yeah, it sucks. It's frustrating because I felt like I was doing really well with kip handstand, but you got to be smart about these things. So it's on to blind change half turns. I was really happy with my progress on these half turns. They're the best they've ever been. Though I do need to finish the turn and end up in a dish shape, whereas I currently don't quite finish the turn and am coming down in an arched body. The dish shape on the swing out is very important as it allows you to do a giant swing out. We finished the session working on back layout, starting with back tucks, trying to send them straight up. Once the coach was happy with my back tuck, I started working on the layout body shape. This is a basic but essential skill as it leads up to more exciting things such as twisting and double back. Alright, it's one of those cold mornings, so it's really fresh. Probably going to take me a little bit of time to warm up, but I'm very keen. So today's a little bit different to usual in the sense that I don't have Olympic Park this afternoon like I would normally. So I'm only doing 4 hours today instead of 7. Hoping to make some good flare progress today amongst everything else. So let's get stuck into it. Gonna have to do giants, but I just don't want to.
Yeah.
Mummy.
Mummy.
Mummy, cook me some warm soup.
Mummy, I don't want to do giants.
Basically, it's really early and I'm still like asleep, so I don't really feel like doing this. My hands are freezing, but this will warm me up, hey?
Look at that Marcel haircut. Oh. 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 Those striations. Oh boy. How was it?
You know, like when it feels like all the blood runs through the vein and it kind of hurts?
Yeah.
Got that a bit here. But actually I feel a lot better.
Yeah, that's good.
Stretch toes, open shoulders, chest in. Stretch.
Open shoulders. Shoulders.
As the boys were saying, I need to open my shoulders more on these front giants. This is what I was focusing on.
Yeah, better. Don't stick your head out though.
These felt really good today. I was really happy with these half turns as my body is tight. I just need to make sure I have a dish body shape on the swing out. As I swing higher, I'll also change the grip of the other hand to allow a proper swing out. This was my second time training this drill, and it was feeling slightly more natural than last time. I was really pleased to start linking one side to the other, as I can already feel more power in the swing. I'm still bending my arm, however, so I'll continue to focus on keeping it straight. As always, I'm just trying to stretch these circles out as much as possible and keeping my legs together. So we're trying to keep a real intense vibe going here so you keep pushing yourself and getting your skills. Look at this guy. Get us cheated up, man, come on. This is how you get psyched up. Come on, man, let's do it. Come on. You got it, man, come on, let's see it, good, yep. That was alright, man. I'm seeing slower progress on check now. I'm mainly focusing on consistency while being strict on the shape. We're going to see who can lean more. To help stay motivated, we played this game where whoever lent more in the check was the winner. This sort of friendly competition is a lot of fun, and it also really helped me to improve my check. I also started playing around with doing a half check to loop and then finishing the check. This modification was a fun new challenge, and working different transitions like these helped develop pommel skills in general. I spent a good deal of time today working check on the buck, as I felt I was making great progress on it. This didn't leave any time for other apparatus. Once again, I finished pommel training on the floor pommel. This continues to force me to stretch my circles out further. Unfortunately, I was really struggling to stretch these circles out today. That's it for week 5. My personal highlight from this week was achieving the forward bail on the rings. Get excited for next week, where I show you more of my planche training and I make a really exciting breakthrough on circles. Don't forget to subscribe to be notified when new videos come out, and I'll see you next week for week 6. Once again, we're training hard, and then look at this guy. Say it again.
What the f*** is that?
Let's say that without the swearing.
What is he doing?